Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Milan.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. Borussia Dortmund have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add, and it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
Mbappe, and a chance! Goal, Milan! There is the breakthrough!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So, a breakthrough already. Mbappe, and this is Hazard. He's away! It's Hazard! Now that is commitment to the cause. Milan with the corner, they're first. Cleared without hesitation. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. He could be in here. Look at the space here. And that has been clubbed away. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Robertson. Nice looking ball. And he thumps it clear. Oh, nice touch. Chance! It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Looking for the run, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Has a look and plays it forward. And here's Mbappe. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard. And that's really well manoeuvred. Shot could be on. He's shot a goal! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, this is a well-rehearsed drill. As soon as possession is regained, the commitment to attack is lethal.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now...
Oh, shooting chance! It's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Mbappe. Mbappe. Cross to the back post. Defending of the desperate variety. And the first half is done.
I'm afraid to tell you that we were expecting traffic to be heavy after the final whistle today.
Here we go again then.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Azar. Can he get on the end of this? Azar is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now that looks a decent ball. Raul. Mbappe does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Great ball, and he's in, and the shot! Ruben Neves with the clearance. And they can counter here. So we've reached the hour mark. And he's managed to get free. Takes a shot! And yes, it's there! Right back in the game! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Alexander-Arnold. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Can he get it through? Brilliantly cut out. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it
Takes a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Bebeto finds himself offside. It's a pretty loose pass. Driving forward.
Borussia Dortmund surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Messi. Threads one in. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. Milan are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Aimed beyond the defence. Torres gets into a good position.
Borussia Dortmund can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Knocks it into space. Now can he find a finish?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
So that's it. It is all over. Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated.
Hello everybody, and this is a
What
quick
are your
reminder
thoughts on
to
today's
let you
game
know
then,
that
Jim?
you'll be able to
Milan
catch today's
absolutely
match
shocking here.
broadcast live on
Shockingly
our
porous
FM
down the
station.
middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager to think about. A painful reminder of
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
This guy, De Ligt, is very impressive. I mean, how many players get to skipper a top-flight side in their teens? I'm someone who likes to think I've seen my fair share of defensive greats, but this boy looks to have it all, and if he fulfills his potential, we're in for something special.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Now it's Hazard. He's being urged to shoot. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe. Vardiol gets across to intercept that.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Has a look and plays it forward. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Hazard. And it's Messi. He's had it taken off him. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nuno Mendes. What a throw in. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well read. Nice interception. Vitinha. Kimmich. Tries to play it through. Can he finish? Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Milan really could have done without this. The major moment in the game. And he's buried it! 1-0. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Goes for a shot! No mistake! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And it's half-time here.
And we come to you now with a quick request for support for our charity fund, Chance in Football.
And the second half gets underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Messi. And that has put paid to that. Can he get it through? Oh, he's onto this. And he's managed to get free. And the shot! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. That was a given. It always was.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. That is a great pick out.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Not the most convincing of passes. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, there's a probing ball. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Thinks about the shot. Messi. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Looking for options for movement, and he's worked it through. And he shoots! Loose ball now, and a chance! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
Milan are stuck in a rut, and impatient pots at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Alexander-Arnold. Looking for the run. Decent chance! And he hits the net!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
After 82 minutes is
Milan give themselves a fighting chance. Back in with a shout.
substitution on the field. Number 5, Mbumo.
Endrick.
Number 7,
There's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's really drilled it.
Number 19, Vitinha. Number 11, Kadri.
And we have our very first corner.
Number 8, Rodrigo. Number 6, Endrick.
Camavinga! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Number 23,
Milan are looking to go forward now.
Number 87, John Neves.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Endrick. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's onto this. He's got away. He's having a shot! He's got a goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what
And that is as far as it goes. Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
And it's been played through. Nesta calmly anticipates. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And this is Batistuta. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. And this is Batistuta. And Batistuta! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Davids. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Sneijder. That is good alertness. Lahm. He's found a way through. And it's played in. Bayer claims it. Safe hands. Park Ji-sung.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's a good ball. Neither side yet able to find the net. That'll be a throw. Rijkaard. Milan looking to pass their way through. And there's the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Gets a good foot in there. He's picked his way through. Sneijder. Sneijder looking to penetrate opposition lines. Sneijder! It's loose and... Oh, what a... In he goes again! He's delivered all right! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Chelsea have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Messi. Davids.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Has a look and plays it forward. Park Ji-sung. Oh, good-looking ball. Pele. That's a good ball out wide. For Lahm. And it's Batistuta. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Park Ji-sung. And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
We'd like to inform you now that
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substitution for Milan, number 15, Messi.
Here we go again.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Substitution in progress.
Rummenigge.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And it's Messi. Cafu. No, he refuses to take the bait. Decent progress down the left. And he's managed to get free. Batistuta finds himself offside. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And that's a dangerous ball. Griezmann. Milan still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And he's on his way! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And the pass is intercepted.
Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Bale. Griezmann. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Cruyff.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Cruyff. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
And it's Griezmann. Rummenigge. And he's running. Shoots! And it's in! Two to the good. And they are purring. Absolutely purring. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Chelsea are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Batistuta. Now it's Pelé. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And this is Batistuta.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Cruyff. He's got away. Owen. Owen looking to get on the end of this. Cruyff. Pelé. And it's Rijkaard. And it's Lahm.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today. After all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
As it is about
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So that's got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of the modern fullback.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, it's hit the post! There it is! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Mbappe. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, shooting chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Pelé. Davids. And it's Thuram.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. And that has found him in acres of space. And this is Bernardo Silva. Cole. Tries to play it through. And he's picked out the run. And he's lost. And Batistuta! That's another chance. And he hits the net. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Goal! Goal! Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And they can counter here. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Over to the left. Neymar. Referee's given a throw. And it's Messi. Oh, that's a key interception. Messi. And he was quick to react. Thuram. Pressing high and with purpose. And And it's Batistuta. And that could set him on his way. Tries a shot! And yes, it's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Caught offside that time. And he's on his way! Pele. It's Pele! Relentless! Just relentless! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Milan grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always...
Pele! It's there! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. And we've reached half-time. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Milan are looking as solid as I've seen for some time. All departments are working strongly, and this can do their confidence a whole power of good.
Milan have had it all their own way so far then, and they go in at the break in an utterly dominant position. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. That has been slung wide. Hoisted in. And he gets rid in a hurry. And he shoots! Off the post. Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Davids knocks it into space. Decent chance! It's in! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Milan are having a ball here. And this is Messi. He's had a shot! He's scored! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Another one! This must be his personal high.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, look! Shot, surely! It's a goal! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
The goal scorer after 63 minutes is number 9, Kylian.
They're still trying to make a game of this.
Attendance for this match was 80,314.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Just too much on that.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Lahm, great vision. And he's worked it through. Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. In towards the back stick.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Dida. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. He's in space and looking for options. And he whips in across. Out for a throw.
Substitutions taking place.
What a throw in. Not the most accurate pass. Ambitious ball here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Thuram. Rijkaard. Pirlo. Alexander-Arnold makes the interception. And the pass is intercepted. Can he get on the end of this? Shot could be on. Great chance! He has done it! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Now it's Del Piero. He's shifting through the gears here. And the shot! And that has been clubbed away. Pirlo does well to get it back. And here's Del Piero.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Del Piero goes on a charge down the left. And Del Piero! He's got a goal! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them. And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Wriggles his way through. He's picked his way through. Plays the ball back. And time is up. Milan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
And he's picked it up out wide, tries to cross. Quality ball. Looking for the run. So what can they make of this? A heavy challenge. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And here's Messi. Great work on the overlap. Great defending, strong and determined. And he's there to belt it away. And here's Drogba. Drogba stood his... Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Milan with a free kick then. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Davids.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Thuram cuts it out. Now it's Pele. Costa Curta. Now it's Batistuta. Stood up well to him there.
Shun and Belmare really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Lam. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. And it's Lam. He's got away. Lam, terrific header. What a wonderful goal.
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Rijkaard. Oh, that's a fine interception. Messi. And the first half is done. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Milan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Rijkaard. Time and again they are repelled. That pass isn't the best. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's in a great position here. Nesta. And it's Rijkaard. Could move up a gear here. Milan looking to pass their way through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, that was vital. Rijkaard. Still just a single goal between the sides. And it's Messi. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Crosses it in. It's a mighty effort! No mistake! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Milan are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Bale looks to get on the end of this. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Rijkaard. Lahm. That's Maldini. Nesta. Lahm. Nice looking ball, and he was quick to react. Thuram. And it's Davids. Rijkaard. Short changes him with that pass. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And here's Torres. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Shun and Belmare clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always...
And Batistuta! It's hit the upright. Pele. Good ball, good take. Always onto this. Drogba! And it's there! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And with that, the real chance! And we have our very first corner. Well, there's the clearance. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well timed, excellent interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And here's Batistuta, thinks about the shot. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. 2 minutes to be added on. That's that, the end. Milan, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Drogba gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office.
A happy wedding anniversary for one of our
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And that's where we have to end it. From Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard.
And the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He has found the way through. Now the ball in. And he's there to clear it. And that is out of play. Ah, good steal, he just read it. And here's Here's Drogba. Over to the left. He's shifting through the gears here. Here comes the cross. Big header! And he hits the net. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead. It's Pele! Oh, belter! A finish right from the top draw. And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Number 17.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Here's a chance! Decent enough try.
Pele really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Lahm making good progress on the right-hand side. And he's had it nicked away. Still goalless. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Schneider. It's Pele! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Pele is offering a right smile there.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And it's Lahm. Schneider gets a foot in here. Lahm made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Shot could be on. Adriano! He's delivered all right! The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, this is a well-rehearsed drill. As soon as possession is regained, the commitment to attack is lethal.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Adriano. Milan have reclaimed it. Nicely weighted ball. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Pele! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
And a quick announcement.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Milan have their second corner now. He rises! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Milan grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Pele. That's a nicely shaped ball. Just the goalkeeper to beat.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Plays a sharp little ball here. And he welcomes it in. Brilliantly cut out. Great vision. Tries to pass it through. Well timed, excellent interception. Picked out brilliant, and the shots! And he hits the net. And again they hit the front. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? A probing pass. And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
No, that's been intercepted. That's a sharp pass. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Now the delivery. Terrific header! Sticks it away! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
This is quite a battle.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
That has been knocked clear.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, that's a key interception. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Looking for options for movement. Davids.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Cafu. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that will be the final act. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Just a quick
Yeah,
reminder
this looked
today,
the most
please
likely
refrain
outcome,
from
but we've had
parking
a good
outside the
variety in this
stadium.
game.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Looking for options for movement. Lahm could try cutting inside here. It's a mighty effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Bale puts his foot on the gas. Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Lahm. Lahm delivers. Otto with the clearance. That is ended up in no man's land. Now who's going to be first to this? Played into space. Pass somewhat off target. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Good chance here! No, not quite.
Drogba probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Bale. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Zico with a definite fell there. And it's Lahm. Wriggles his way through. Milan are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but Bale! It's bounced back off the post. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Now this could be a chance. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Milan have themselves a chance from the spot. So the most significant moment of the game. 1-0, never any doubt. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
That's a cute ball. Defending was strong and firm. Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Not the most convincing of passes. Davids. Zico. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And he's heaved it away.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Some good work on the right flank here. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Lahm just loves to go forward whenever he can. Lahm. Messi. Now it's Pele. It's Drogba! And that is doing no harm at all.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And he's forced to go back. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Milan looking to pass their way through. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Skriniar has given away a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. He's in plenty of space here. Gets his head on it! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Messi. To Bale. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And the finish! Relentless! Just relentless! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! No space, no problem. You just cannot... Pele! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Lam. Rijkaard. Tries to pass it through. Davids. Pele. And he has been fouled there. Rijkaard has been given his marching orders. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kickoff.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Milan very much in control here, 3 up and cruising. So we're just settling back into this second half. Drogba picks it up out wide. No way through, so back it comes. Applies the finish! Ah, good steal, he just read it. Oh, good ball! Oh, shooting chance! And he's there to get it away. Neymar tries to play it through. Thuram. And it's Maldini. Davids. That's a sharp pass. And it's Neymar. Ambitious ball here. And he welcomes it in. Bale. And this is Pele.
There they go,
Cannavaro
hunting
pulls
again.
off an exemplary piece of defending. Marquinhos gets his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Messi going face to... Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace. Well, if he truly fancies his chances from here, he's going to need the best of the best.
No, that's been easily repelled. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. The referee's awarded a free kick. Rijkaard. Milan are simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. Oh, nice touch. Davids. Now it's Pele. Oh, that's nice. It's Pele!
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Odo, nice looking ball. No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard. Great vision. And it's Lam. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Skriniar has been sent off, just to confirm that, of course, that was his second yellow card. So he's plotting something before playing it in. Well, plenty of early set pieces here. Oh, that's a fine interception. Pele.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And this is Pele. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Oh, what a... Tries a shot! They've done it! Just cruising! They are cruising! The invitation was clear. Could be danger here. Nicely weighted ball. Bale gets flagged offside. That has not gone well. Oh, the ball's gone astray. And he skips past his man. That is lovely. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now then, tries from distance. Oh, denied at the last.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
And we have our very first corner. Zico goes short. Looking for the run. Zico looking to run onto it. Milan are looking to go forward now. That's an imaginative pass. Can he get on the end of this? He is through here. Picked out brilliant. And the shot! Goal! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely...
He gets big! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. No second thought, a straight red card. Cannavaro has been sent off. Probably be looking to play it square from here.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And that has earned a reprieve for this. Tried one! Oh, terrific save.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Lam, he's having a go! Oh, there was plenty on that.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
And he's been shifted off it. Davids. Now, can they get him away? It's played through for him. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Messi. Bale. Bale, good purposeful running this. Bale! He scores! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them. Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
6 added minutes
Finds
have
himself
been indicated.
unceremoniously floored. Bale. And that could set him on his way. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Davids. Not too much more here. So that's it. It is all over. Milan, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Van Basten.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
Sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Nicely weighted ball.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, shooting chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Bale just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
And we have our very first corner. Pele! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Davids. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Schneider. Lahm. Bale. Bale stood his ground strongly. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Messi. And it's Davids. He might... And Batistuta! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. Goes without saying, that was poor. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone...
Van Basten! Messi. Now it's Batistuta. Can he get it through? He could be in here, and this is Pele, and the shot! Goal, Milan! That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So we have our breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
2 added minutes has been
Van
indicated.
Basten. Now that's well seen too. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. He went do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Milan go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, number 18, Hazard. Number 22, Schneider. Coming on the field, number 14, Willing.
Here we go again then.
Number 13.
A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference.
Johan Cruyff. Substitutions taking place.
Pelé. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Has a look and plays it forward. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Oh, that's fabulous. Crosses it in. Terrific header. That's a half-decent try. And the keeper's got it again. Dida, a keeper with complete command over his defence. Milan are ahead here by what is still the only goal.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now that looks a decent ball. Messi has it out wide and in space. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Milan have their third corner. And he's taking no chances there. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, no joy this time.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options.
It's Bale! No mistake! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
More and more pressure on the ball. He's had a shot! Quality ball. And it's Cruyff. India have it back and can go again. Now it's Bale. Nicely spread. And he cuts out the supply. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Lam looking for the run, and he welcomes it in. Oh, what a climb! And that is the last effort of the game. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Bale picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
And how he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player. He's having a go! Oh, and it's come back out to him. Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Takes a shot! Sticks it away! And he is away! The launch of a brand new hero. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect.
And he's had a hit! Off the post! They've got a corner here. Al Nassr with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And he thumps it clear. And it's Azar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Back into the middle. Bebeto.
Okay, it didn't come off, but it was clever. A nice little dummy.
Bebeto. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And here's Messi. Oh, that's neat. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's found a way through. He's going for goal. And again, the keeper stands strong.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Drogba. Now that's well seen too. Conte. Hazard. It's run loose here. Conte. And this is Batistuta. And Batistuta! Goal! And they get themselves in front! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Al Nassr go into the lead. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Bale. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And he's straight offside. He's had it taken off him. Bebeto, over to the left. Mendes looking to run onto it.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
There will be 3
And it's
minutes
Azar.
added time.
Bale. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And there's the end of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal, the difference at half-time.
I'd like to draw your attention
No,
to the
well, the
screen grab
pickings
for
certainly have been
information
rich
on
in
the
this
option
first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how
Number
crucial
10,
the next goal will be.
Didier Drogba. Coming on to
And that's the
replace
start
him
of another
is
45
number
minutes.
21, Batistuta.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Azar, Batistuta. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Oh, important interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And Bebeto! Thuram gets it clear. And they're quick to get it back. Messi. Thuram gets it away. And it's Mendes. And he's managed to gift it back. Nuno Mendes. That is lovely. Azar with the delivery. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. And they can counter here. And this is Batistuta. And it's Lam. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Batistuta.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Messi. Oh, that's fabulous.
Al Nassr surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Looking for options for movement. He's had a shot! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target from there.
Milan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Nesta. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Conte. Azar.
There will be 1 minute
Al Nassr
added time.
really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't.
And that will be the final act. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. Your reflections then, Jim?
Hello,
Look, Peter,
attendees.
a
This
strength
is
in
a
any team has to be at the heart of your
announcement.
defence.
With the
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
And how he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision, make those clever little late runs. He is, for me, the ideal teammate. The perfect blend of power, speed, athleticism, technique. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody, comes close.
Pelé, the gold standard, head and shoulders above the rest. Now it's Messi.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now that looks a decent ball. Not the most accurate pass. Forlan is herring after that one. Now it's Bellingham.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Oh, well measured. That's the keeper's ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Batistuta. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Messi. David Villa. Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bale, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That's a foul, no two ways about it. And that's going to be a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Pelé touches it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Oh, nice touch. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Davids. Messi. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Oh, important and a shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, well played, well played. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Good read, needed to be. And he's quick to get it clear again. And there is the half-time whistle. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes, 1-0 to the good.
Substitution for Milan, number 21, Batistuta.
And we're off again.
Replace him is
Milan
13,
carrying a one-goal lead.
Substitutions taking place.
Played out wide. Gets good distance on it. Madrid have it back and can go again. Bellingham.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Robertson, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Ambitious ball here. Del Piero! And he hits the net. And this is getting better and better. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Del Piero really showed his coolness, Peter, by not getting flustered on such a tough skill. And for me, it was controlled perfection.
Well, it's inspiring. He rises! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
That is good alertness. Alarm being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Looking to play him in. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Davids. Del Piero. Haaland, and the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Thuram gets it away. Bellingham. And it's Bellingham. And that has been slung wide. That could spell trouble. And he thumps it clear. Looking for the run. Davids. Pele. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Seedorf cuts out the pass. Pass is just off target. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And they're quick to get it back. And it's Del Piero. It's Pele! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Pele really must be wondering how he hasn't put them 3 up. It was a very, very decent chance.
Milan with the corner, their first. And that has been cleared. Haaland. Bellingham. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Messi! It's there! And what a climax we have here! So what's your view on that goal then?
Yeah, and anything that's hit low with real pace like that makes it so much harder for the keeper, and he was never going to get to that.
Substitution for Milan, number 24, Long.
So, time for
Number
changes
17,
on both sides, actually.
Number
Madrid
15,
give themselves a chance
Messi.
of a fairy tale
Coming on the
finish.
field,
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Johan Cruyff.
Now it's Haaland.
Number 6,
White.
Banes. Substitution in
White
progress. There
puts
will
them
be
all
three
in.
goals.
So that's it. It is all over. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Del Piero claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, I think the manager can take a great deal of satisfaction with this win. It was a solid game plan that worked pretty much as he envisaged, and the players executed it to wonderful effect.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.